Hello, and welcome to another episode of Broadcast Movie and TV Talk. I've missed out on most of Phase 4 of the MCU, and that's out of complete and utter disinterest in it. However, I did happen to sit in on Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and now I'm going to talk about it. Remember, this is my opinion, and that there will be spoilers. I'm going to be honest right out of the gate and tell you that the theme of the story here is that nothing makes sense. It doesn't have to make sense because magic. You think I'm kidding, but if you really watch this movie, you will see that it's true. Let's start with the opening battle in which Strange waits until America is in serious danger to use some magic to cut off its limbs. Why wait when I feel like you could have done that the entire time? How about we go to the second fight against the one-eyed monster thing, where Strange pulls off spells that other people could only do with access to the dark dimension. So, how on earth is Strange able to do that with having some sort of access to the same thing? Not to mention that this whole fight is utterly stupid, with how many times that both Strange and Wong could have just portaled the monster away, but they didn't do that, and they didn't consider trapping it in the mirror dimension, and it's really stupid because it doesn't make any sense. But then Strange just decides that he needs to seek out Wanda because she's really powerful, and he wants that for some reason when he could go to literally anybody else. The whole interaction between him and Wanda is really fucking stupid too, because she mentions what she did in her own show, and Strange is just like, well, you made things right, and that's all that matters. No, Strange, it's not all good. I didn't even watch the Wanda show, but, in a turn of events that everyone saw coming, Wanda just knows who America is and slips that name in conversation with Strange, which some reason now that sets off alarm bells in his head, and thus Wanda goes all Scarlet Witch and demands that Strange bring America to her. I can't ignore the fact that Wanda tries to make losing her fake children on the same level as when Strange gives the Infinity Stone to Thanos. I'm sorry, Wanda, but Strange did that out of the need to protect the entire world. You don't get to throw that against him, especially when your children aren't real. So, we go to the place where Strange is supposed to hand over America to Wanda. Things get pretty stupid here. First, Strange tries to sympathize with Wanda, saying that her feelings are completely valid, and that is a big nope from me, Strange. Her feelings are not valid because her so-called children, they were never real, and she's going to hurt people and try to kill America just to get what she wants. But then Wanda says to Strange he doesn't get to bring that up because he doesn't understand what she went through. But I'm sorry, what the fuck did she just say? Wanda, if you were listening, Strange was agreeing with you. I don't understand her response here. Also, how on earth can Wanda just float there and say that Strange doesn't understand? This is the guy who decided to get killed 1,000 times in the first Doctor Strange movie just to try to save the world from the big bad guy. So yeah, I am pretty sure that Strange is someone who would understand what you're going through here, Wanda. Then we get another stupid fight. Wanda can't break their shields, so she uses telepathy on a guy, and that breaks their shields. Arrows are fired and cannons are fired, but this doesn't make any sense. These are all people who can use fucking magic. Yeah, they're not going to be as powerful as Strange, but come on, they know that physical attacks are not going to hurt Wanda, and it shows in this fight because Wanda absolutely destroys everyone here. Not a single person considers, maybe portaling away Wanda or portal America away from Wanda, but that would just make way too much sense. At one point, Strange traps Wanda in the mirror dimension, but she manages to break out and also destroys Strange's sling ring. Just how convenient that now she does that. Wanda ends up finding America and unleashing her power, but Strange goes for the tackle and Wanda boops him, which sends him and America into the multiverse. I'm gonna save a little time and skip to the part where 616 Strange gets captured by Mordo, taken in front of the Illuminati, because it's not a Marvel movie without references to other characters. I'm not going to say who they are because you can look that up yourself, and you've probably seen the movie by this point. The whole conversation between them and 616 Strange doesn't make a lick of sense, because they all say that 616 Strange is the big threat to the multiverse because of reasons that do not make sense. This is when they reveal that their Strange used the evil book that Wanda is using to dreamwalk because he wanted to find a way to defeat Thanos, and that's what he does. He then tells the group what he did and destroys the book that he used, but then the group decides that their Strange has to be executed because he could dreamwalk again. Yes, he could do it again, and yet they didn't use Professor Xavier to just look into their Strange's mind to see his intentions. Nope, just execute him. But then Wanda breaks in, and this is when Xavier tells 616 Strange that he should escape because he needs to help America. And this is confusing and also stupid because Xavier was going along with the group that seemed to want to execute 616 Strange. And do not get me started on this whole incursion crap that they tell 616 Strange. Anyway, Wanda deals with the Ultron bots that were their security defenses, and this is when the Illuminati just decides to jump down in front of her, and Reed tries to reason with her, and that doesn't work, and then does the stupidest thing he could possibly do by telling Wanda what Black Bolt could do to her. Reed, you are supposed to be the smartest person, ever, and yet you make this amateur level move. So then Wanda just destroys these people. Now, there are several aspects of this fight that are really fucking stupid. Wanda just quickly dispatches both Reed and Black Bolt for whatever reason. Both Captain Carter and Captain Marvel just stand there and do nothing while their friends are obliterated in front of them. The next part of how stupid this is that Carter is killed when Wanda throws the shield back at her, and this is stupid because we've seen that Captain America was able to catch his shield being thrown back at him from the Winter Soldier, the person, not the movie. And so you're telling me that Captain Carter could not have caught that shield and prevented herself from being cut in half? Plus, there's this moment where Captain Carter's shield makes full contact on Wanda, and she just takes the hit without getting hurt at all. I don't think her witch magic gives her extra strength or shielding or whatever. Finally, the last stupid part of this fight is that Wanda is somehow able to hold her own against the already shown to be overpowered Captain Marvel, and that should not have happened no matter how much witch magic Wanda has. Captain Marvel tanked a shot from the Power Stone, and you're telling me that Wanda can go toe-to-toe with power like that? You expect me to believe that dropping a statue on Captain Marvel would kill her? I do not think so, but this whole fight is so stupid that it just doesn't matter. Now I'm going to get to the part where Strange in America, they get away from Wanda and find the super special book they need to stop her, but after taking forever to grab the book, Wanda shows up, and this causes Strange to shoot magic laser at Wanda, which Wanda bounces back at them, and then the book gets caught on fire and burns up. Yep, the big super special book that has any spell that anyone could ever possibly need for anything, it's destroyed. It's not like we could have, used that book in another situation. Nope, it's just gone. Wanda doesn't care that she probably just screwed over the entire multiverse from this action. Yep, just as stupid as everything else in this movie. Then there's the part where they visit the evil Strange, that his entire motivation is that he surfed other multiverses to see if there was one that he gets the girl, but there isn't one where that happens, so he killed the other Stranges that didn't get the girl, because that makes a whole lot of sense. When he says that he'll give 616 Strange the evil book if 616 Strange gives him the girl, again, That makes about as much sense as everything else in this movie, but hey, it leads to the visually cool magic music note fight and Evil Strange getting impaled. Even the end of this movie doesn't make sense. Strange possesses the dead body of other Strange, and it just happens to have a sling ring, even though that Strange didn't have one at the beginning of the movie, but they didn't expect people to notice that, I'm sure. Anyway, Strange uses the spirits of the dead to defeat the big monster guarding Wanda, who, for some reason, has not finished taking America's power, which she should have, like, a long time ago. Wong sort of captures Wanda, but it's not holding, and he tells Strange to take America's power. But what Strange does is tell America to just believe in herself, because that also makes about as much sense as everything else in this movie. America punches Wanda, which opens a portal, and she continues to punch Wanda, despite the fact that Wanda could have easily stopped this from happening, but she doesn't, because she doesn't use her magic. America sends her off to exactly where she wants to be, and she really hurts another Wanda, which scares her children, and this causes regular Wanda to just decide to not be evil, and then the whole building crumbles, and America and crew all get away safely. That is thankfully the end of this movie, because man, I am glad. I don't think I could do this anymore. They could not possibly pack more stupid into this movie, even with its 2 end credit scenes that I don't care about. This movie is an utter mess of a movie, and most, if not all, of the story doesn't make a lick of sense. How is it that after what Wanda did in her own show, she's just allowed to walk around freely? How and why are people trying to sympathize with Wanda when what she did was wrong and she should be put in some sort of evil villain prison somewhere? This movie also completely screws with things in previous movies, which I don't know how that happens unless the people that wrote this movie didn't watch those other movies. The biggest problem I have with this movie is that it's never made clear about the powers and power levels of both Wanda and Strange. What I'm saying is that it feels like they can both use magic as a get-out-of-jail-free card, while they also forget that they can use their established magic, and it's really annoying. Most of the time it feels like Wanda can just now do something because the plot demands it. Same goes for Strange too. He just does things that we've never seen him do before. Sure, a character like Strange can learn new abilities between movies, but they just pull them out at the worst, most random times, which makes it look like a plot convenience. It feels like that both Strange's magic and Wanda's magic can be whatever the writers need it to be, and that shouldn't be how these things work. And I also cannot forget about America's power either. I mean, once she figures it out at the end of the movie, why wouldn't she just go to save her parents if she can just teleport to people specifically? You know, what is she waiting for? The Illuminati were utterly wasted since they were easily defeated, and I'm gonna stand by that. They don't care about the reference. They should have been smarter about using these characters. That I question if they knew anything about those characters in the first place. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is a below average and utterly confusing movie. That's all I have, so if you like what you see in here, feel free to subscribe. If you want to add to the conversation, leave a comment below. As always, thanks for listening, and goodbye.